All right, a thread from Brian Cates. I just did a long thread responding to one of my longtime followers who just demonstrated to me that despite all my best efforts, the fake narrative that the statute of limitations will run out and save all these SpyGate plotters is winning. So, I'll try harder. Let me explain yet again why this statute of limitations narrative is not true. It made big news when DOJ announced it was declining to charge first Comey and then McCabe for lying under oath to federal investigators back in 2015. Statute was about to run out. So yeah. The basic facts are thus. Both Comey and McCabe were caught in multiple lies regarding criminal leaks they did during the Clinton email server investigation in 2015. The clock was ticking down last year on the charging decision about that particular perjury. The DOJ decided not to charge, announcing about Comey in early 2019 and McCabe much later in the year, in the winter. Conservative pundits, far and wide, freaked out about it, assuming this means that all the SpyGate plotters are getting a pass on everything they did. Well, here's background. Statute of limitations on federal perjury, 5 years. How many times did they lie to federal investigators in 2016, 2017, and 2018? When's the statute apply? Statute of limitations on disclosing classified documents is 10 years. If you leaked in 2015, like a whole lot of people, I watched conservative pundits tear their hair out and throw a tantrum because the DOJ decided not to pull the trigger on the SpyGate indictments last year to ensure that Comey and McCabe did a few months for their 2015 perjury about Clinton's emails. Somehow, through some amazing mental process I can't figure out, people think that this gives Comey and McCabe a pass on the far more serious crime they committed in 2015, leaking classified information to the press. They in no way have gotten a pass on that. People also seem to think giving Comey and McCabe a pass on their 2015 perjury in the Clinton email investigation means they also will get a pass on the rampant perjury to federal investigators they committed in 2016, 2017, and 2018 about Russiagate and FISA abuse. Nonsense. We know both Comey and McCabe are under investigation for criminal leaks of classified information. So they skated on serving a few months for the perjury they did in lying about the classified leaking they committed. Some people can't make the distinction. I can. DOJ declined prosecution of McCabe for perjury he committed in 2015 when he frequently lied under oath to federal investigators about leaking classified info to the media because the statute of limitations was about to expire anyway. DOJ has not declined to charge McCabe for that leaking. I seem to be one of the only commentators who understands how this actually works. Statute of limitations saved McCabe from a perjury charge for lies he told the OIG investigators back in 2015. Well, lucky him. But the clock is still ticking for the crime he was lying about. You know who else understands what I'm telling you here right now and understands it quite well? The people at Judicial Watch understand it. Why haven't they gone over this? They really should. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. The statute of limitations for disclosing classified information is 10 years. McCabe's out of the woods for the criminal leaking he did in the 2015 Clinton email investigation in 2025. Would anyone like to dispute that? McCabe is not out of the woods yet, and the statute of limitations isn't even close to saving him on all the perjury he committed in 2017, 2018, and certainly not for all the criminal leaking he did in 2015, 2016, and other things we'll be seeing soon in his indictment. Sometimes yes, As an AG and a prosecutor, you're forced to make decisions due to the statutes of limitations. Which is more serious? Lying under oath about the major felony crime you committed, or the major felony crime you committed? Isn't the answer obvious? The usual penalty for perjury is often a slap on the wrist. It's a couple of months in a club fed. The usual penalty for getting caught having leaked classified documents is far harsher, and deservedly so. And if you get caught multiple times doing that, God help you. In point of fact, McCabe taking classified information from an ongoing DOJ investigation and leaking it to the press was a more serious crime than his later lying to federal investigators about what he had done. That's why the statute of limitations for perjury is less than that for leaking. So, if you're the Attorney General in charge of rooting out, exposing, and then prosecuting a massive criminal RICO conspiracy involving deeply embedded federal officials spread out across the DOJ, FBI, State Department, CIA, etc., is your main focus on making sure you nail these guys for perjury? I'm going to answer my own question by saying no, it's not. You were never going to see the launch of the rollout of the SpyGate indictments start with a minor perjury charge about Hillary Clinton's email server in 2015. It all goes down at once, not starting small. So, when people say the statute of limitations is going to let them all off the hook, that's 100% incorrect. But I don't mean to be harsh here. I understand why you'd say that. Nobody sat you down and explained to you how this actually works. Until now. I've discovered, since I became one, about 90% of the conservative political pundits, commentators, analysts, authors, podcasters, whatever, don't do careful research, investigation, or seek diversity of thought about a current issue. They figure out where the crowd is going and follow. I don't do that. It's not me. Never has been. I can wait to be right while not following the crowd.